The Puck Portfolio with Andy MacNeil.
Hey, welcome to the Puck Portfolio. My name is Andy MacNeil. I'm your host. I'm here on weekdays to provide NHL projections, betting advice, strategies, and picks to help you make informed bets throughout the NHL season. It's Monday, March 18th. There's exactly 1 month of hockey left in the regular season. That's 233 games left to handicap and potentially bet on. This show is sponsored by NorthStar Bets, Canadian sportsbook. You can check them out via the link in the description below. They offer early odds on the next day's NHL games. Of course, we'll be looking ahead to Tuesday's games. There are only 2 games on the docket for Monday, but 13 on Tuesday, a couple of more on Wednesday. And with that, let's get into a breakdown of the NHL schedule for the next 3 days. Of course, if you've been here before, you know exactly what you're looking at. The days or the rest column tells you how many days rest teams have heading into their games. The load column gives you a little bit more context about their schedule, whether they're playing 2 games in 2 nights, 3 games in 4 nights, 4 games in 6, 5 games in 7, or like the New York Rangers, 6 games in 9 nights. They'll be in action against the Winnipeg Jets on Tuesday in a really tough scheduling spot for the Rangers. But let's get into the projections as I start to talk about Monday's small 2-game slate. We've got the Capitals. They're taking on the Flames. Now, Washington coming off a big win over the Vancouver Canucks on Saturday, but I don't like them at plus 112. Those are the current odds at NorthStar Bets. I'd only consider betting Washington if they get up into the plus 120s, assuming it is Charlie Lindgren versus Dustin Wolf in goal for the respective teams. But for now, it looks like the best price in market is around plus 119. Not something I'm interested in. But hey, if the Caps creep up into the plus 120s, I might take a bite of the Washington Capitals, who, according to my model, have a 41% chance of making the NHL playoffs right now. The Tampa Bay Lightning have a 97% chance. The Flyers, 73% chance. The Islanders, 48% chance. The Capitals are next with a 41% chance. Detroit, they own at 29% now. And I was just saying to Jake prior to recording here, just if Washington does find a way to squeak into the playoffs and Spencer Carbery does not win the Jack Adams Award as the top NHL coach this year, then yeah, the award, the voting process, everything is broken. He absolutely deserves to win the award if the Capitals squeak into the playoffs, but I don't have any faith in the NHL Broadcasters Association to make the right choice and vote for the right coach. If that does happen, of course, a 60% chance or a 59% chance that it doesn't happen. But hey, they're staying in the fight, and this Capitals team has been a pretty decent team relative to expectations, at least as far as the betting market is concerned. So keep an eye on the Caps as they get set to take take on the Flames on Monday. Next up, I think most people will be interested in this game. We've got the Sabres taking on the Seattle Kraken. First half of a back-to-back for the Sabres. They are going to be in Vancouver on Tuesday. They recently called up goaltender Devin Levi from the American Hockey League. So they've got 3 goaltenders on their roster right now, along with UPL and Eric Comrie. UPL, he's made 25 of the last 29 starts for the Sabres. Comrie's only started twice since the middle of January. He won his first start of the season way back on October 21st. He's lost 8 straight starts since then, though. He's allowed 4 or more goals in 5 straight starts. So I would expect to see Devin Levi in this one. If it's not UPL, I'm guessing they would save UPL for Tuesday's matchup against the Canucks. But yeah, this is going to be a big game for the Sabres. But man, they've pretty much got to run the table to get into the playoffs. Not only that, they need to keep getting help from teams like the Islanders and the Red Wings in the way of losses, and that's not really working out for them right now. Buffalo has a 2% chance at making the playoffs right now, according to my projections. So sorry, Sabres fans, doesn't look like it's going to happen. That loss to the Red Wings really hurt the momentum that the Sabres were building towards. But let's jump over to Tuesday's games. I've got a couple of underdog plays that I like. And the first one is the Columbus Blue Jackets, trying to help out the Buffalo Sabres here, trying to manifest a loss for the Detroit Red Wings. The Blue Jackets, they've got some depth problems right now due to injuries. That's been an issue all season long. They've lost 4 of their last 5, but they've been playing some decent hockey recently. And plus 170 odds are too long for a matchup against the Red Wings, who still do not have that Dylan Larkin back in the lineup. He could make an early return here, but there's, I'd say, a 50-50 chance at least that he doesn't. So I locked the Blue Jackets in at plus 170 at NorthStar Bets. Those odds are still available, and those are the best odds in market right now. If we look, FanDuel opening up at plus 146 in favor. Of the or sorry as on the Blue Jackets as an underdog, minus 178 for the Red Wings. So yeah, plus 170. I think those odds are far too long for this Blue Jackets team, who has been playing, break even hockey. They've outshot teams more often than not in recent weeks. The Red Wings, of course, have a ton of holes. Their underlying metrics are pretty dreadful. I think this one should be around minus 150 in favor of the Red Wings. So enough here to make a 1 unit bet on the Columbus Blue Jackets to take down the Red Wings, hoping that Danil Tarasov is in goal. Um, I still like the Blue Jackets, regardless of whether it's Tarasov or Merzlikins, but he's been really good lately, and I would like to see what he's got against the Red Wings. But that's my first bet of the day. My next bet is another underdog. It's the Winnipeg Jets at plus 116. Rangers captain Jacob Trouba is expected to miss the next 2 to 3 weeks. Now Ryan Lindgren is listed as day to day, so a couple of big hits for the Rangers defense. Gabe Velarde is out for the Winnipeg Jets. He's going to be out until the end of March. And yeah, the Rangers, they've been a tough team to bet against this season. They've only lost 8 home games all season long, but Winnipeg's been a pretty good road bet too. And plus 116 odds at NorthStar Bets are really appealing to me, because I think, according to the model, you look at it, what it has, and New York should only be a minus 107 favorite according to the model. And early indications out there at some of the other sports books, you look, you can see opening right now. FanDuel opens up with the Rangers at minus 125, the Winnipeg Jets at plus 104. So yeah, 12 cents better at NorthStar Bets right now, plus 116. I'm locking the Jets in 1 unit play. Elsewhere, there is I if I had access to FanDuel, I would bet the Lightning at the current odds, plus 126, but I don't, and North Star is currently at plus 108. I think the Vegas Golden Knights should be a minus 110 favorite. That's it, though. Just basically home ice, kind of saving them here a little bit. The Lightning, they've won 3 games in a row. That's something that the Golden Knights haven't done more than once in the last 3 months. So probably a tough matchup for Vegas. And yeah, if I was able to get plus 126 on the Lightning, like some of you with access to that sports book could, I would make that play. But that is not available to me. So not something I'm going to be able to lock in. I highly doubt that it's going to open up that high at other sports books, but who knows? Maybe we'll see. But yeah, the current odds at NorthStar Bets plus 108, just not good enough for me. Another one that I have a small edge on, not at North Star, because North Star's odds are a lot more reasonable, I think, for this game, with the Devils as a minus 127 favorite. We've got Penguins, though, opening up at plus 130 at some other sports books. Not enough right now, but I think it's Pittsburgh or nothing. It's nothing for me. But based on that price, it would be the Penguins or nothing. Pittsburgh, they've been a terrible bet on the road, terrible bet overall. They've gone 12 and 20 on the road straight up for minus 9.93 units on the money line. But New Jersey, they've gone 15 and 19 as the home team for minus 9.87 units. So look, both of these teams have been very, very bad bets in these situations, as the road team, as the home team. But if the odds creep up into the plus 130s, I think, like I said, it's Penguins or nothing. Um, Another big matchup between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Of course, the Flyers have lost 9 of their last 14 games, including a 6-2 loss to the Maple Leafs. in Philadelphia last week. Mitch Marner still dealing with a high ankle sprain, hasn't played in 3 games. Date for his return has not been established. Would not expect to see him in this one. Toronto closed as a minus 110 money line favorite versus the Flyers last week. My model sees them as a minus 119 favorite in this game. So, no, currently nothing on either side, as NorthStar has the Leafs as a minus 133 favorite and the Flyers as a plus 110 underdog. New Jersey ticking up to minus 137 at NorthStar Bets. See, like, I just don't understand how anybody could look at this Devils team and say, yeah, I'm going to lay minus 137 against the Penguins, as bad as Pittsburgh has been. Um, but the Carolina Hurricanes, they are taking on the New York Islanders. I just want to talk about this one because I do think it's a little bit interesting. The Islanders have defeated the Canes in their last 2 meetings, November 30th and December 23rd, both on the road. Carolina won the other game though in New York back in November, and all 3 games in this season series have been decided by 1 goal. 2 were decided in overtime. Carolina closed as a minus 139 favorite as the road team the last time they faced the Islanders on the road. So that's a good reference point in the sense that I don't think we should expect to see Carolina any lower than minus 140. New York has won just 45.5% of their home games year to date, and they are just 4-7 straight up as the home team under new head coach Patrick Waugh. My model sees the Canes as a minus 150 favorite with a 60% chance of winning on Tuesday. So that's not going to be good for the Islanders' playoff chances. But yeah, it's been an interesting season series between these 2 teams, as it's been very evenly matched. But given how the Islanders have played on home ice under Patrick Waugh, and given how the Canes have looked recently. Of course, Gensel starting to get his legs under him. As the Evgeny Kuznetsov looking like he was born to play for the Hurricanes. But yeah, I don't see any value betting on Carolina. They are currently minus 152 at North Star. I believe those are the same odds that we're seeing at some of the other sports books that are opened up already. Um, but yeah, I think that's right. I just wouldn't. I guess I just say this because I don't. I would not see any value on the Islanders unless it moved a whole lot. So it might be a no play non-starter for me. But I don't see any value on this one in either side. So 2 bets for Tuesday: the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 170 taking down the Detroit Red Wings. That's what I'm hoping for. And then we've got the Winnipeg Jets plus 116 on the money line, hoping that they can get a win over the New York Rangers, who have been really tough to beat this season. I haven't been betting against them a lot, but I'm gonna do it when the Winnipeg Jets are in town on Tuesday. But that does it for today's episode of the Puck Portfolio. As I said, I've got 2 bets: the Blue Jackets plus 170, the Winnipeg Jets plus 116, both 1 unit plays. Those are both for Tuesday. You can find them available at NorthStar Bets. Please like the video if you have not already. Subscribe to the Canada Sports Betting YouTube channel. And we will see you on Tuesday for another episode of the Puck Portfolio. We'll look ahead to Wednesday's small 2 game slate and update anything we can find that's worth updating on Tuesday. So until then, good luck with your bets. I'll see you tomorrow.